Boston Celtics have been on the verge of winning a championship, 2 games away from winning a championship. For the longest time, they've been making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They've been competitive. They have first-team All-NBA players in Jason Tatum and an All-Star in Jalen Brown. And with the addition of Kristaps Porzingis, I think they might just have enough to put the team over the top. But taking a quick peek at their roster, they did trade away Marcus Smart, who is one of the more polarizing players. He definitely got better in the last few seasons as far as his turnovers and consistency is concerned. But at the end of the day, he wasn't a true natural point guard. Now, technically, they don't really have a natural point guard. Derek White is more of a defensive, shooting, scoring guard, but he's going to be playing the point guard position for the most likely. Behind him is Malcolm Brogdon, who, if he could stay healthy for a full stretch of the season and the playoffs, would be probably a top 15, top 10 point guard. He's a really good player, really steady, really consistent, does a lot of things well, and complements the team a lot. Baaaahstan coming over. I didn't even realize that he was on the Boston Celtics. Peyton Pritchard has been struggling to find minutes last season. He's a good sharp shooter. He's just undersized, can't defend all that well, isn't a facilitator. And JD Davison, an interesting prospect out of Alabama, if I remember correctly. I'd like to see him get some minutes this season. I believe he's going into year 3, and he just hasn't cracked the rotation yet. Jalen Brown, all-star, superstar, just signed the biggest contract in the history of basketball. And he's got his deficiencies. For the first thing is he can't dribble with his left hand. I don't know what it is. I thought after losing to the Warriors that they would just tie his right hand behind his back, force him to play an entire offseason with his left hand only, and make this man learn how to dribble the damn basketball. But he just has refused to do that, which is understandable because he's so talented in every stretch. He can shoot, he can defend, he can pull up from mid. He does so many things well, but he just has a few glaring weaknesses: tunnel vision, ball handling, decision making, and it just hurts because he could be a superstar player and the perfect complementary player to Jason Tatum. Kendrick Nunn coming over in, I believe, the Kristaps Porzingis trade. He was kind of out of the league for a year when he was injured. The Heat didn't really want him. The Lakers didn't want him. And then he played pretty okay for the Washington Wizards. So I think he might crack the rotation. Backup scoring guard minutes may take over any of Peyton Pritchard's potential minutes that he earns. Jason Tatum, similar issues in the ball handling department when it comes to Jalen Brown. Much better decision maker, not quite the same athletic defender, but he's also a little bigger, might be playing the power forward position when they bump Kristaps Porzingis to play in the 5. Jason Tatum, though, bona fide superstar. I've just been waiting year after year, and a lot of the analysts have been saying the same thing, waiting for Jason Tatum to take that final step to being the best player in the NBA. When they went to the finals, he was right there. If he won the finals over Steph Curry, you'd probably have said that Jason Tatum is the best player in the NBA, the future of the NBA, the face of the NBA. And he came up a little bit short, and he continues to do so in big moments in the playoffs, and it's tough. He's got a good team all around him, but there's various things going on, moving parts, different coaches. We'll see what kind of step up Jason Tatum takes next season. Sam Hauser, big fan of his game. He's a professional scorer. Duncan Robinson-ish. I believe he was undrafted, but I was big on him out of Virginia when he came out of the draft. He can just shoot the 3, lights out. Jordan Walsh, we'll see what he turns into. He had a really good first game in the Summer League, which has really polarized a lot of people because they're like, oh my God, is Jordan Walsh good? No, he's not, but he's crazy athletic, has one of those perfect 6'8", huge wingspan builds, athletic as hell, can jump out of the gym, but he's just not good at the game of basketball. We'll see if 2K respects him. Kristaps Porzingis coming over after one of his better years. He had like incredible 23 point per game years with the Knicks, and then struggled with injuries and the Mavericks, and then had a career season last year. Hopefully going to come over to the Celtics to give them more of what they need: shooting, spacing, offensive dynamics, good defense, or good enough. He's 7'3", so he can play anything. He's just a really good player. After all the injuries, never really lived up to his potential, but he's going to be a really good piece for the Celtics if he stays healthy. And he's been doing a pretty good job at staying healthy ever since he came off those ridiculous lower leg injuries that started off his career. But we will see. O'Shea Brissett going to come over, just a really strong, high energy guy, flies around, does all the dirty work. Don't know if he's going to crack the rotation because there's guys ahead of him like Robert Williams, who I think is one of the better centers in the NBA. He's a defensive anchor for this team. Their difference is night and day when he's in the game versus when a guy like Al Horford or Luke Cornett, or they're playing small. Robert Williams throws the ball down, defends. He's got that Draymond Green undersized but chip on his shoulder when he plays defense, and he is a really impressive player. And a lot of times it felt like he was the third piece, the third best player with Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Al Horford just getting older at this point. He still can contribute and produce for a winning team and a winning culture. But at the end of the day, he's almost, 38 years old. Doesn't stretch the floor all that well. Shot like 35, 36%, I think, from 3 last year. He has a role. He has a spot on this team. He's a leader, but he is up there in age. Luke Cornett, the only thing noticeable about him is that he jumps when he's 20 feet away from the ball to try to block the rim from the shooter. Mfiondu Kabengele, don't expect much from him. And finally, we do have to touch quickly on head coach Joe Mazzulla, who's not great. It's not terrible. They still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. He did instill some culture there, but Ime Udoka left a mark, and that's why so many teams wanted Ime Udoka. If Joe Mazzulla was fired today, I don't know how many teams would jump at the chance to get Joe Mazzulla. He seems kind of like an adequate, good enough coach. You can win in spite of him, but you won't win because of him. But the 9-man rotation for year one gonna look something like this: Derek White, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, Al Horford, Delano Banton, and Kendrick Nunn. Don't love that. Gonna give those minutes to Jordan Walsh. Let's see if we can develop JD Davison as well. I just don't know how good he's gonna be when it comes to this game. I don't know how much 2K projects him being good in the NBA, but I think he's gonna be a really good player. And looking at the preseason power rankings, the Boston Celtics are 2nd, and Eric Boner has us 4th. And look at the All-Star break. It's Team Nikola Jokic and Team Joel Embiid. On Team Joker is Stephanie Curry, LeBron James, James Harden, and Jason Tatum. On the other side is Kevin Durant, Giannis, Luka, and Trae Young. For the reserves is Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Buckets, John Morant, Pascal Siakam, okay, Zion Williamson, Tyrese Halliburton, and LaMelo Ball. For the other side is Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, Jalen Brown, Julius Randle, Domantas Sabonis, and Kristaps Porzingis. We have 3 All-Stars, not too bad. We're having really an incredible season so far. 45-11 according to the power rankings. And looking at the team, we're doing everything right. Jason Tatum, 26-9-7. Wow, career year for the big fella. Jalen Brown, 23-5-4. That'll work. Kristaps Porzingis giving us 20. Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. I mean, this team, when they're healthy, when everybody plays their role, is doing great. Although 3 turnovers and 2.2 turnovers for the Jays is not ideal. Now, there is one thing that may just throw everything up in the air. This guy, Johnny Anderson, is an 84 overall. He's going to be one of the greatest players in the history of basketball coming out of the draft class, and the Spurs have the potential #1 overall pick. I want it. This other guy's an 82 overall. He's not as good, but oh my God, 84 overall, 18 years old, coming out. I feel like we got to get him, right? He's one of those guys that doesn't come around too often. Generational. I'm not seeing much after him, but Johnny Anderson, 18 years old, 7'3" out of ASU, looks to be legit, and I really want him. But we're not going to be making any changes. We're not going to make any trades because our team is good enough, and we'll see you in the playoffs. John Morant wins MVP? Really? Really, Gabe? Really? 38% from 3? Really? All right, whoever made this roster is a little bit glitchy, but 36.7 and 11 for him. Scoot Henderson wins Rookie of the Year over Victor. And Brandon Miller. All right. Cliff Paul wins 6th Man of the Year for the Warriors. Giannis Defensive Player of the Year. Alperen Şengün wins Most Improved up to 15, 10, and 6. That'll work. Joe Mazzulla does win Coach of the Year, and I forgot to put something funny for our name. So Tommy Wilcox is actually Doc Rivers for Executive of the Year. All-NBA first team, Jason Tatum. Second team, does Jalen Brown make it? No. Third team, JB, KP, nobody? Ryman accidentally. Wow, we're kind of getting swindled. Other than Jason Tatum, we did not get a lot of love for any of these awards. Bilal Coulibaly on the All-NBA second team, but we were the best team in the NBA. Looking at the standings, we were 7 games up on the Knicks, who are 57-25. Okay. Not sure how, but Jalen Brunson is a stud. And then we're 11 games up on the Western Conference because the West is beating the crap out of themselves. Looking at the league leader in scoring, it went to MVP John Morant. Jason Tatum second with 25. Rebounds is Domantas Sabonis, and assist is Nikola Jokic. Steals is Drew Holiday. Blocks is Mitchell Robinson. Fooker percentages is Mitchell Robinson. Free throw king is Jason Tatum, and the 3-point champion king is Brandon Ingram. Weird. Okay, Darius Garland behind him. Not too many different stats for us. Apparently scoring is down, but Jason Tatum's scoring is up. We have a lot of balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures. Rebounds went to JT. Assists went to JT. He just had an incredible season. How do we do shooting wise from the 3-point line? 45% for JT, 43 for JB, 43 for Kristaps. That is a ridiculous career high that he's never achieved before in his life. Okay, 41 for Derek White, 43 for Malcolm Brogdon, Al Horford down to 33. That's not ideal. Kendrick Nunn was okay. How did Jordan Walsh, the rookie, do? Second round pick. He gave us, in 16 minutes, he gave you 6 points, 1 and 1. How does per 36? So like 13, 4 and 2.5. Not bad. 35% for the three. That'll work. 65% for the free throw line. That will not. Team stats. We are first in scoring. Defensively, we were second, giving us an 11.5 point differential, number 1 in the NBA. Field goal percentages, we are third. 3-point percentages, we are tied for second. And free throw percentages, we are first. But let's see if this translates to a championship. Taking on the 8th-seeded Sixers. Injuries off. I have no idea how this happened. James Harden, 89 overall. I know he's not MVP James, but that's still good enough, right? Tyrese Maxey, 86. Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. They're playing Montrezl Harrell at the power forward position. That's why. Game, can you just not? Can you not be dumb? Looking at the, wow, JT and JB were monsters, and then the rest of our team was ridiculous. Looking at the 76ers, they had a lot of balance too, but they ultimately fall short 144 to 122. Is this a sweep? Are we going to sweep? I say that and it's 1-1 and 2-1. And we do go up 3-1. James Harden, 25 and 7. Tyrese Maxey, 22. What happened? Joel Embiid gave us a 13-point game. Wow. That's an embarrassing game from him. As for us, we weren't all that much better. JB, 26 and 7. KP, 21. Robert, Jason Tatum only gave you 11 and 9. Never forget, but we do advance 4-1. Taking on who? None other than the Miami Heat. Our rivals, bitter, but they don't have Damian Lillard. They have Kyle Lowry, 78 overall. Tyler Hero, 85 overall. Jimmy Buckets, oof. And then Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo, Caleb Martin. I think we're going to be better than them. I say that, and we do win game 1. Jalen Brown, 26. KP, 22 and 15. Derek White, 21. Why is Jason Tatum disappearing in the playoffs? Weird. Looking at the Heat, they had a lot of scoring. This was a high-scoring affair. Bam, 24. Jimmy, 21 and 7. Tyler Hero, 25 and 8. But ultimately, the Celtics prevail as we are up 2-0. 3-0, complete the sweep, and we do. Now taking on the Atlanta Hawks. A lot of similar names in this playoff run, but it looks like they're the same team as always, and they're going to get dominated. Trae Young will put up like 40 points, right? 30 and 10. DeJounte Murray will give you 24. Clint Capella will give you 10 and 12, and that's not going to be good enough as we do advance in sweeping fashion. We do, only losing one game throughout the entire playoffs, and we were taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. Injuries are off. Kawhi Leonard is Western Conference Finals MVP. Jason Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And looking at the Clippers squad, they have Russ, 85 overall. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, Ivica Zubac, Norm Powell. I think we're better, but you never know with the 2K gods as we do lose game 1. Jalen Brown gave us 25. Again, Jason Tatum disappearing in the playoffs, but Paul George was good. Kawhi Leonard was... Mason Plumlee gave him an 18, 7, and 6 game. Russ gave you 17, 9, and 11. Never forget Terrence Mann, 16 and 14. What are Jason Tatum's playoff stats? Why are you so bad for us, sir? JT is putting up 21 points per game in the playoffs, while Jalen Brown is putting up 26 points per game in those same playoffs. What is happening? We're down 2-0 to the Clippers. We're going to get swept. We lose one game the entire playoff run, and then we get swept in the finals. We're back up to 3-2. There's not a lot I can do here, so I'm just going to hop into Simcast and watch us lose this game as Kawhi Leonard scores like 60 points on us going into the third quarter, and we're losing, and we're getting dominated, and the Clippers do win 125-101. Paul George wins finals MVP over Jalen Brown. So that happened. I don't know what to do with that. Rajon Rondo retiring, Teresa Weatherspoon retiring, Cliff Paul retiring, couple of legendary plays. Dwight Howard officially getting his jersey retired. So is Blake Griffin and Kyle Lowry and Cliff Paul. League meetings, are any of these worthwhile? No. What to do? Now, I'd like to get this number 1 overall pick and replace Robert Williams with one of the best players in the history of basketball. As the Spurs, for the second year in a row, get the number 1 overall pick, then it goes Jazz, Hornets, Thunder, and Nets. How can we achieve this and accomplish it? You know what the problem is? It's Joe Mazzulla. You've got to go. Who's available for us to hire? Greg Popovich, please sign with me once. Otherwise, I can go with Coach Bud. I just don't know how good of a coach he is in real life, but like we'll sign him or whatever. Yeah, Greg Popovich, of course, rejects us because he never signs with us. Greg Popovich in 2K23 is a jerk. Looking at the draft combine, the fastest man of the class is Wes Terry and Robert Moore and JP Whitney. Most agile is Courtney Weber and Doyle Brady. Highest vertical is JP Whitney, Wade Torres, and Conrad Woods. Highest bench press is Thomas Reynolds, Kirk Weber, Harold Ware, and Joe Park. And best shot three-pointer, Oscar Sheldon and Jerry Lowe. Oh. The final trade goes through. We get the #1 overall pick. I had to give up both of their centers in Al Horford and Robert Williams and all of our first-round picks and O'Shea Brissett. But we are getting a generational player, #1 overall. Is it realistic? No, but he's already a higher overall player or tied overall with Robert Williams. And he is going to be a beast for the foreseeable future. And there was nobody else in this draft class that was even remotely good. #2 overall goes Robert Moore. I think he's the Anderson kid who's going to go next, or Jack Longley goes #3 overall. They're an 82 overall, but they had no potential. Mao Chung-Soo goes #4, and #5 to the Nets goes Harold Ware. We'll see if we get anybody worthwhile in the second round. Probably not. And we get the final pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. Who should we take with this pick? I'm going to take Jonathan Cross. He's Cross with me, and that is going to be our draft pick. He's an 86 overall. My guy, Johnny Anderson, is generational. We had to take him. I don't care that it's not realistic. I don't care that this video is more about Kristaps Porzingis and Jason Tatum. Johnny Anderson is going to be a god. And our final pick of the second round doesn't look too bad. 71 overall could be worse. Sam Hauser will be coming back. He gives us really good depth in shooting. I will try to bring back JD Davidson. Peyton Pritchard, Mfiondu Kabengele can walk. I don't know how to get JD Davison back on the team though, and how to get him like on a real contract. I also don't know how to give out money. This doesn't work. Peyton Pritchard, do you want to come back? Ugh, JD Davison is not interested in negotiating. Well, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be coming back anyway. Do we have any money, or did I give up my mid-level exception for Peyton freaking Pritchard? Pritchard. Ooh, we do have a little money. Who can we sign with this MLE? Give it to Jae'Sean Tate. That works for me. How does our depth look now? So we do have Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, Delano Banton. I don't know what to do at this point guard position because I don't love any one of them. I think they're going to be good enough. Then we have Jalen Brown, no backup. Jason Tatum, Jae'Sean Tate. Probably can move Sam Hauser and Jordan Walsh. Ooh, we're going to be using him. Kristaps Porzingis and this second round pick. And then our superstar 86 overall center. Let me consolidate some of this talent. I'm thinking like Delano Banton and Peyton Pritchard. Can you guys get me a better center? I'm going to go Day'Ron Sharpe. Do I want Day'Ron? Do I want Charles Bassey? You know what? I'm not going to go Day'Ron Sharpe. I changed my mind. Executive overruling. I'm going to take Charles Bassey, 77 overall. He's going to be our backup center of the future. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jordan Walsh is going to be backup power forward because he's got good enough size, right? It's fine. It's a positionless NBA. Jordan Walsh, power forward, same overall. No problems there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this team is good enough already. I can trade away some of these other scrubs that we don't want on the team, like Peyton Pritchard. 2 firsts from the Jazz. That will have to do. Looking at free agency, Anthony Davis back on the Lakers on a 5-year, $240 million contract. Paul George to the Magic? He just won Finals MVP, the first Finals in Clipper history. Gets the chip off his shoulder, finally winning a chip. All right, he's going to the Magic. James Harden to the Raptors. That's weird. Drew Holiday back on the Bucks. Pascal Siakam to the Clippers to replace Paul George, I guess. DeMar DeRozan back on the Bulls. Tyrese Maxey back to the 76ers. OG goes to the Spurs. That's a good pickup for them. Jonas back to the Pelicans, and Tobias Harris to the Thunder. Kind of a weird free agency, right? Anyway, we have the best player in the NBA, #1 overall pick, Johnny Anderson. He's got a Hall of Fame name. He's going to be a Hall of Fame player. Everybody else is going up in overalls. Derek White holding steady at an 85. Malcolm Brogdon holding steady at an 82. Jordan Walsh up to a 77. And JD Davidson gets up to a 74. We'll see how he pans out, I guess. Nightmare rotation gonna look something like this. Derek White, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and the #1 overall pick, Johnny freaking Anderson. Malcolm Brogdon gonna be our 6th man off the bench with Jordan Walsh, who's developing pretty well. Charles Baaaahstan, Jae'Sean Tate, JD Davison, And Sam Hauser, we're going to try to get some minutes to as well. There's a couple of guys that I want to see if they can progress and develop in this game. But the preseason power rankings have a second for 2K Sports and second for Eric Boner as well. And looking at the All-Star break, it's Team Nikola Jokic and Team Joel Embiid. Again, on Team Jokic is Giannis, Kevin Durant, Trae Young, and LaMelo Ball. For the other side is Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. For the reserves is Anthony Davis, Jimmy Buckets, Donovan Mitchell, Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Haliburton, Kristaps Porzingis, and Darius Garland. On the other side, Stephanie Curry, Damian Lillard, John Morant, Zion Williamson, Jason Tatum, DeMontis Sabonis, and Evan Mobley. I'm noticing a significant lack of a third All-Star going by the name of, oh, I don't know, Jalen freaking Brown. Did he not make the All-Star game? Or is 2K hating on him? We have such a good team. This team is already stacked. I don't need to make a single change. You know what? Let's skip right to the playoffs. And look at that. Jason Tatum, MVP, 24, 9, and 6. I don't know how this is MVP caliber numbers, but it works for me. And Johnny Anderson, Rookie of the Year. Are we going to win every award? Anthony Simon, 6th Man of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Derek Lively, Most Improved as Coach Bud. Our coach wins Coach of the Year as I am a Will Cox. I keep forgetting to change that. I'm sorry. Jason Tatum, MVP. All NBA first team. Anybody coming along for the ride? No. But we do have our 88 overall rookie. Oh my God. I've never had a rookie be this good before in my damn life. But look at him as we are the #1 seed in the NBA. 64 and 18, 10 games up on the second best team. Looking at the lead leader in scoring, it went to Joel Embiid. Scoring is down. I don't know why. But rebounds is DeMontis Sabonis, and assist is Trae Young. Steals is Drew Holiday. Blocks is Jaren Jackson Jr. Field goal percentages is Mitchell Robinson. Free throw champion is Jason Tatum, and 3-point king is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander up to a 96. D'Lo's up to an 82. Not too bad. How did we do though? Jason Tatum was incredible. Jalen Brown was also kind of incredible. Not quite, but you know, on that same tier. Kristaps Porzingis really good up to a 90 overall. Malcolm Brogdon 14 and 5 off the bench. And then Johnny Anderson is unreal for a rookie, 12, 9, and 6. We could build the team around him. That is how good he is. Looking at the 3-point percentages, everybody's good minus Derek White, who's a little bit down. It's okay, Johnny Anderson. How is Jordan Walsh doing? He didn't really, he didn't play all that much, did he? Jordan, did you get benched? I think I tried to feed him minutes. Here he is, 19 minutes, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He's good, not great. It's fine. Looking at the team stats, we are #2 offensively. Defensively, we're #2, giving us a 14.0 point differential, #1 in the NBA. Field goal percentages, we are 7th. 3-point percentages, not great, 9th. And free throw percentages, we are still 1st. If there's anything we're good at, it's hitting our damn free throws. Taking on the Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Oscar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, Patrick Williams. They don't have James Wiseman or Jalen Duren. I don't know how that ended up, but sure. They're back to having Isaiah Stewart being their starting center. That'll work. Game 1, we win. 4 players in 20 points, and they had 3 players in double digits. Yeah, we're just going to completely blow out this team. Sorry, Detroit. You got a few years to go in your rebuild process before you turn great. Taking on now the Charlotte Hornets. They have a Brandon Miller. They have Kawhi Leonard. How, when did Kawhi come over to the Hornets? Excuse me, where is their rookie? Brandon Miller, he's only an 81 overall. What is this team? Okay, let's see. Kawhi Leonard got the better of us last time, but here we are. 38, 12, and 7 for Jason Tatum. 34 and 12 for Kristaps Porzingis. JB, 26 and 7. And then the rest of the guys are gods. Looking at them, they had a really balanced effort, but they only scored 108 points. Kawhi Leonard, 25. LaMelo Ball, 17 and 15. Weird team that they put together, but you know what? If Kawhi Leonard wants to go and be a Charlotte Hornet, Kawhi Leonard can go and be a Charlotte Hornet. And I say that, and it is 2-2. And we do go up 3-2. Jason Tatum, 24. Kristaps Porzingis, 24 and 10. Jalen Brown, 26 and 6. Just Johnny Anderson, 14 and 11. Malcolm Brogdon, 12. Derek White, 10. Jordan Walsh, 10. We have a good team. Looking at the Hornets, LaMelo Ball, 18. Wow, they just didn't score at all. Or do we go up 3-2? We do go up 4-2. Now into the Eastern Conference Finals, taking on who? The Atlanta Hawks. And we'll go ahead and do a quick shrinkage of our roster. Drop it down to 8. It'll be Jayshawn Tate, Jordan Walsh, and Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench, just so that we get our best players playing the most minutes. I keep pressing buttons. There it goes. Simulate through game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we win yet again. Jason Tatum, 33, 11, and 14, triple-double. Kristaps Porzingis was good. Looking at them, they were bad. That's all. They scored 92 points in a modern NBA game. The Hawks should never be in the finals, but for whatever reason, they have the affinity of the 2K simulator gods. Jason Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. LeBron James, Western Conference Finals MVP. And the NBA finally gets what it wants. Celtics at the Lakers in the finals. We win game 1. Jason Tatum is unreal. Jalen Brown is unreal. We have such a good team. They have Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis, and LeBron 11, 8, and 8 in a finals game 1. Ew. We go up 2-0. Are we going to sweep? Is LeBron James no longer the GOAT? 3-1 and 4-1. Jason Tatum wins NBA Finals MVP, wins regular season MVP, gets the #1 overall pick, and then proceeds to win the championship. That is how you do it in year 2. LeBron James said, I've had enough. I cannot keep losing in the finals. And he's going to retire. Patty Mills, Boogie Cousins, couple of notable names there. Jenner Perger is retiring. And the Hall of Fame inductees is none other than King James himself, going to get his jersey retired basically everywhere that he went. Looking at the league meetings, are any of these worthwhile? No. Cool. On to the draft lottery. We don't have any picks. It goes Pacers, Thunder via the Wizards. Oof. Pelicans, Bulls, and Rockets. How do the Thunder have the Wizards' first round pick? That is not ideal. Coach Bud, not going to go anywhere. He did, in fact, win his 2nd championship. He's officially a good coach. Fastest man of the class is Carl Payne and Stanley Malone and Jermaine Stevenson. Most agile is Edgar Richardson, Deion Hammonds, Guy Newman, and Mac Sharp. Highest vertical is Stanley Malone and Jack Kane. Highest bench press is Daryl Bush and Dana Lawson. I love Bush. And best shot 3-pointer is Larry Hodges and Jack Kane and Wade Best. I don't believe there's anyone worthwhile in this draft class. Let me take a quick peek. Class sucks. We're skipping right through it. #1 overall is a 79 overall Tim Wall going to the Pacers. #2, 74 overall, 5'10" point guard going to the Thunder. Pelicans take Brandon Matthews. #3 overall. Dusty Hammonds goes #4, and Jackson McCoy goes #5. This class has nothing on the last draft class, and that is why I'm totally okay postponing until the next season. Should we bring back the 2nd overall pick, or the Mr. Irrelevant in the 2nd round? I guess we'll bring back Jordan Walsh because he's probably in our future. He is our future. JD Davison does need a contract. I don't know how to give this guy money. I keep trying, and 2K keeps saying no. Can I just give you money, sir, to be our backup point guard of the future? Sam Hauser, we'll bring him back to be a cheerleader. I love me some Sam Hauser. He is a knockdown sharpshooter. And let's see if I can get JD Davison back. 5-year deal, like 7.5. Will that work for you? Something like that. 5-year, $37.5 million contract. And looking at our team without any changes, we have 1, 2, 3. We could theoretically package these guys together to get somebody younger. We have Jalen Brown, Jayshawn Tate, Sam Hauser. Not ideal. And then we have Jordan Walsh, 2nd round overall pick, Kristaps Porzingis, #1 overall pick, Johnny Anderson, and Charles Baaaahstan. I'm going to try to get a little bit better than Jayshawn Tate. Here's the play. We're making moves. Kobe White going to come in, be the backup point guard of the future, and then I can trade away one of these old-ass men in probably Malcolm Brogdon, who's earning $0 million. Why? Because 2K. That's all. The Rockets really just giving away Amen Thompson. Like, really. All right, game. Amen Thompson, number 4 overall pick, is now our backup point guard. Kobe White going to move up to the 2. I'm just doing what the CPU does, but we have Derek White and Amen Thompson. Okay. Then we have Jalen Brown and Kobe White. Okay. Then we have Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and Jordan Walsh. Okay. And #1 overall pick, Johnny Anderson and Charles Baaaahstan. Okay. Looking at free agency, Giannis going back to the Bucks. Donovan Mitchell back on the Cavaliers, 5 years, $209 million. Evan Mobley back to the Cavs as well. Brandon Ingram to the Jazz. Interesting. Kyrie Irving back on the Mavericks again. Contracts are broken. Okay. Jamal Murray to the Nuggets. Brook Lopez back on the Bucks. Julius Randle. Everybody's going back to their damn teams. And Russell Westbrook goes to the Pistons to take over Cade Cunningham's role. I would love to see how that works out. Looking at player progression, I'm predicting we're going to have 3, 4 90 overalls, and then Amen Thompson, whatever he turns into. Jason Tatum, 95 overall. Jalen Brown, 91 overall. Kristaps Porzingis holding it at 89, and Johnny Anderson only goes up to an 89, playing up to 90 with morale. Nobody is regressing yet, which is interesting. I thought Derek White would regress. Malcolm Brogdon, what is he regressing? Because he's a year older and a few overall points lower. He is still an 83, so we could have kept him around, but we just picked up Amen Thompson to be our backup point guard. Like, What is this game doing? They're just giving away players for nothing. Looking at the preseason power rankings, we are first for 2K Sports, first for Eric Boner as well. New look, 9-man rotation, gonna go something. 9-man rotation, gonna go something like this. Derek White, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and Johnny Anderson. Coming off the benches of Men Thompson. I mean, Kobe White, Jordan Walsh, Charles Bassey. What a year, what a team. Jason Tatum wins MVP for the second year in a row. Rod Arthur wins Rookie of the Year, number 24 overall pick. Okay, Russell Westbrook, 6th man of the year. Anthony Davis, defensive player of the year. JD Davison wins most improved on Philadelphia. Good for you. We just couldn't find any spots for him as we both win executive and coach of the year. Yet again, All-NBA first team, Jason Tatum. Second team, nobody. Third team, nobody. Defense, nobody. Second team, nobody. Rookies, nobody. But hey, we're still the best team in the NBA. The perfect record, 69-13. Nice. Looking at the league leader in scoring, it went to Anthony Edwards. Okay, rebounds is once again DeMontis Bonus, and assist is Traith Young. Steals is Paul George on the Magic. Blocks is Jaren Jackson Jr. Fucker percentages is Mitchell Robinson. Free throw king is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the three-point champion, 52% is Jalen Wilson. Wow, all right. D'Angelo Russell, weirdly enough, behind him. How did we do? We have an incredible team, and Jason Tatum is an MVP, and Jalen Brown is good, and Kristaps Porzingis is good, and Johnny Anderson is good, and Derek White is good, and Amen Thompson off the bench is good. There's too much. There's no way that we can stop this team from being the greatest team in the history of basketball. Points per game. Wow, we're second to the Pacers. Wow. Why? Defensively, we're the second best team in the NBA yet again, giving us a 15.6 point differential, number 1 in the NBA. Field goal percentages, we are 7th. 3-point percentages, we are not great. 11th. And free throw percentages, we are still the best team in the NBA. If there's anything we're good at, it's making our damn free throws. Gonna go a little bit faster because we're probably gonna take out the Orlando Magic. They have a 91 overall Paul George, Paulo Banchero 89 overall. They got rid of Franz Wagner because that's what the good teams do, is they get rid of their second best player. And we're just simcasting through 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. Now to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. They used to be the bane of the NBA, and now they're not as good. They're still a good team. They have 390s, 85 overall Isaac Okoro, 87 overall Jared Allen. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win. Game 4, we lose. Game 5, we win. And now we're back in the finals, taking on the Knicks. Jalen Brunson is gone. And it's just gonna. Oh, 3-2. What is happening? We're losing. The Knicks are beating us. We need to win this to force a Game 7 in New York, in the Big Apple. Do the Boston Celtics have what it takes? We are losing here, going into the fourth quarter. Close game, low scoring affair. Nobody wants to take this game over, and there's only 4 minutes left. Do we need to close it out? Do we need to clutch it out? I'm going to hop in with about 2 minutes left if I have to. 4-point game, 1-point game, 2 minutes, 4 seconds left. Let's clutch, let's close, and let's win our second championship in a row. Gonna be honest, it's been such a long time since I played 2K at all, so I have no idea how this is going to go, but Mitchell Robinson can't shoot, so that's one thing to our advantage. And then Julius Randle is a god. Hands up defense. Hands up. Shoot, Mitch. Shoot, Mitch. Look at Kristaps Porzingis flying in, blocking the ball. We got MVP Jason Tatum. He's going. He's streaking. Jalen Brown. Corner. 3. Hand in his face. Doesn't matter. It does. It does matter. It always matters. I'm on Hall of Fame difficulty. Anyway, hands up defense yet again. Foul drawn. We're going to lose this game. In my defense, Julius Randle's really good at basketball, okay? So what can we do with Jason Tatum on Denny Avdija? That feels like a mismatch, and it's not. We got to make a basket here. Jason Tatum's the best player in the NBA. I'm just taking it. Take it, Jason. Take it, Jason. You're good at basketball, Jason. What are you doing, Jason? At least we fouled Mitchell Robinson. He's bad at free throws, right? Hey, I don't know how to manufacture points in this game, especially when Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum don't know how to manufacture buckets. Derek White, open, 3. Oh, Johnny Anderson on the glass. Put it back up. Nothing is going in for us. What am I supposed to do? The game is cheating. Oh, they lost the ball. Come on, we still have a chance. Jalen Brown, crossover, Johnny Davis, Johnny Anderson, Kristaps Porzingis make it. No! Johnny Anderson make it, yes! What is happening? Number 1 overall pick, Best player in the game, only player who can make a bucket, gives us the lead. 19.4 seconds left in an elimination game. We're gonna have to play some defense. Oh boy, this is stressful. I'm exhausted. I don't know what that fan was doing in the corner there, but they don't have a point guard. They don't have a shooting guard. They have Mitchell Robinson, who I can just cheat off of for everybody. They're gonna drain the clock because 2K AI is broken. So the question is, how do we make sure that we don't choke this game and blow it away? Julius Randle trying to ISO on Kristaps Porzingis. Good luck. Hands up defense. Contested. No. 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 We lost. Oh, I don't know what to do about that. We missed like 4 open threes. We missed a bunch of layups. We couldn't buy a bucket. And then Julius Randle hits the toughest layup in his life to win and advance to the finals. Wow. Do we have too many good players? Why did we lose to the freaking Knicks? They have like no 90 overalls. I'm Knicks Mavericks. Mavericks win a championship. Luka Doncic, best player in the NBA. I don't know what to do about that. Al Horford is retiring. Big Al, our old friend, Mahmoud Abdel Fattah is also retiring. Hall of Fame inductees is James Harden, going to get his jersey retired by the Houston Rockets, and Klay Thompson going to get his jersey retired as well. I'm not going to reduce the shot clock. What I am going to do is figure out why we lost, because we're the best team in the NBA. We should be winning a lot. The Nets, Pelicans, Heat, Thunder, Wizards for the draft lottery. Coaching is fine. I'm going to keep Coach Bud. Looking at the draft class, the best man of the class is Dante Brown, Colin Wright, DJ Westbrook, and Mark Washington Jr. Most agile is DJ Westbrook and Colin Wright and Heinrich Johansson. Highest vertical is Colin Wright, Hal Wright Foreman. Right. Yeah, right? Maurice Cassell and Deion Peterson. Highest bench press is Terry Shaw, Chester Porter, and Alexi Clark. And best shot, 3-pointer, Darren Wilkins, James Butler, and Ron Jeffries. We don't have any draft picks, and if we do, I'm not going to use them because we're just too far into this rebuild. We need to win championships now. What does that mean and what does that entail? I don't know, because our team is stacked and we lost to the freaking Knicks. How could I possibly make this team better? We have Amen Thompson coming off the bench. So is Jordan Walsh. We have Jason Tatum winning MVPs like it's nothing. We have Nathan Knight. Like who, what, when, where, why? What do I need to do to get better? Looking at the team, right? Derek White, 87 overall, might regress. Amen Thompson, though, right in the wings, ready to take off. Jalen Brown and Kobe White. That's good enough. Jalen Brown, Kendall Brown. I'm probably not going to use him. Kristaps Porzingis, Jordan Walsh. Stop pinging me. And then #1 overall pick, Johnny Anderson and Charles Bassey. Like, we can't get better. Looking at free agency. Wow, Kevin Durant going to the Heat. Steph Curry going to the Warriors. De'Aaron Fox to the Bulls. Zach LaVine to the Raptors. Scotty Barnes to the Warriors as well with Stephanie Curry. Jalen Green back on the Rockets. Paulo, Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Spurs. Jalen Williams back to the Thunder, and Shaedon Sharpe back on the Trail Blazers. Some interesting moves here going on in, I believe, year 3 of free agency, but let's see how our guys progress and develop. Derek White down to an 85 overall. That's what I'm kind of worried about. He's 32 going on 33. He's going to be regressing soon. But Johnny Anderson, second best player on the team overall wise, 93 overall. Kristaps Porzingis kind of holding at a 90 right now. Jordan Walsh looks like he's peaked at about an 80. Kobe White, 83. Amen Thompson up to an 84. This team should be good enough, right? We should win a championship, right? Anyway, gonna skip on to the next season. Look at our team. Our 9-man rotation gonna look something like this. Derek White, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Johnny Anderson, Amen Thompson, Kobe White, Charles Bassey, and Jordan Walsh. An all 85, all 80 plus lineup. 90s minus the point guard. Power rankings wise, we're first. How can we lose this one? Tell me, 2K, how? Luka Doncic wins MVP. Frederick Howard wins Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson, 6th Man of the Year for us. Bam Adebayo, Defensive Player of the Year. Nicholas Lloyd, Most Improved. We are once again Coach of the Year, and Cox is Executive of the Year. What does that mean? Nothing. Jason Tatum, NBA First Team. I'm assuming nobody else is on any of the NBA teams because 2K hates us so much. That's how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. We're the best team in the NBA. Power rankings wise, we're like 10 games up on the next best team. League leader in scoring is MVP. Luka Doncic. Rebounds is MLB, and assist is Luka Doncic. Steals is Bam Adebayo. Blocks is Chet Holmgren. Figure percentages is Mitchell Robinson. 3-point free throw king is Stephanie Curry, and 3-point champion is Ochai Agbaji. Tobias Harris behind him. We did incredible. 24.8 points per game for Jason Tatum, 19 for Jalen Brown, 18 for Kristaps Porzingis, 17 for Johnny Anderson, 12 and 12 for Kobe White. Let's win a championship, right? Right. Offensively, we're once again the second best team, 0.1 points behind the Blazers. Damian Lillard's a 97 overall. Shouldn't he be regressing? Why is he down to a 32-year-old man? Whoever made this roster sucks. Defensively, we're the second best team in the NBA, giving us a 16.0 point differential, number 1 in the NBA. Field goal percentages, we are 6th. 3-point percentages, we are interesting looking 21st, which is weird. And free throw percentages, are we at least first here? We're not. We're 8th. Wow, the league is growing. It's adapted to us, but we're still the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, taking on, once again, the 8 seed 76ers. Joel Embiid down to a 96. Jaden McDaniels, Tyrese Maxey, JD Davidson, our old friend. We'll see how this goes. We win game 1. I'm not going to be looking at the scores. I just want to win a damn championship. 3-0. I can't believe I lost that game on a freaking contested layup to Julius Randle. Like, how do you lose in a game 6 to that? And we couldn't make a bucket. I had a wide open 3 with Kristaps Porzingis, a wide open 3 with Derek White. Neither of those went in, even though they're 40% 3-point shooters. It just hurt. Anyway, we are completely sweeping. Haven't lost a single game yet. Taking on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's a 99 overall. Let's see how this goes. Game 1, we win. Let's take a quick peek at the team. Case and Wallace, 87 overall. They have Franz Wagner. They have Jalen Williams. They have Chet Holmgren. They have Russell Westbrook. He's back. Russ is back. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and we may have to hop into Simcast here and just close this one out strong. We're getting blown out in the first quarter, losing in the second quarter, losing at halftime, going to the third quarter. Close-ish game. If it's close enough, I'll try to hop in and clutch it out. It looks like it's 6 points, 3 points, 5 points, 4 points. Yeah, we'll hop in. 3 minutes, 41 seconds left. So I can cut into a 4-point deficit. Woo-hoo, Johnny Davis. What's this guy's name? Johnny Davidson? This man is a beast on the offensive glass. That's an and 1. Chet Holmgren's hand is going through his hair. He is getting offensive glass putbacks. He's just feasting over everybody. I struggle to run offense with this Celtics team. I don't know why, but we can't get anything going, even though we have a Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis. I missed another open 3. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to win something, maybe, question mark. Jalen Brown open on the backdoor lob. That's an open jumper. And he missed. Let's go. Run the break. Kristaps Porzingis going to be open. Taking it. Kristaps Porzingis falling on the floor. Should have been an and 1. We've tied up the game at 127 apiece. I mean, that's a foul, right? All of those were fouls. The refs are hating on me. 2K is hating on me. It don't matter. Haters gonna hate. And Potato's gonna potate. Don't listen to me, all right? Chet Holmgren trying to ISO up here. Not having any success whatsoever. Oh, boy. I was trying to switch to triangle, and I ended up pressing triangle with the... Whatever. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Everything is going to be all right. Oh, Jalen Brown throws it down, and we still have a tie game at 129. The crossover in transition. Gotta play some defense, gotta play some offense, and we'll walk away champions here in year 3. We won 1, and then we lost, which is understandable, and then we won again. Chet Holmgren trying to ISO up. I don't know how that ball ended up in his hands. Contested 3 on there. With the contest, Jalen Brown, nope, Jason Tatum, corner, 3 for the lead, dagger, bang! Finally a 3 goes in, and Jason Tatum converts. Best player in the NBA, MVP, finals MVP, looking to get his 2nd championship. Chet Holmgren just ISOing up on Johnny Davidson, the best player in the NBA, gets his shit rejected, and here we go. Jalen Brown has the ball. Who's covering who? We're going to run this clock out. We're going to run out the time. And now they're playing the foul game. They forgot. They were like, oh, no, we're going to lose this game. What do? We give the ball to Jason Tatum. And we say, win this game. Clutch it out. MVP chance coming in for Jason Tatum. He cashes in 2 free throws. They're going to play the timeout game. They have no timeouts left. Down by 5. 26.6 seconds left. The Thunder are having their backs to the wall. Desperation mode. They need a 3. They need a stop. They need a turnover. Let's see what kind of defense can we play. Kaysen Wallace here. Doing okay. I guess we're not playing the 3-point game yet. Get a ball to your best player. Let him make plays. Jason Tatum going back to the free throw line. Gonna convert because he's a 99% free throw shooter. Bang is the first one. Second one is up and in. MVP chance coming in. Jason Tatum gonna win. Now the only thing is no 3s here and we're gonna be good. No 3s, no 3s, no 3s. Russell Westbrook can take as many 3s as he wants as Kristaps Porzingis gets fouled, grabs the rebound, and the Boston Celtics have won 4-1. Gentlemen sweeping fashion. We are the best team in the NBA. The clock runs out, time expires, we win 138-131. I know it didn't go as planned when we traded away Robert Williams in the first offseason for the #1 overall pick, but in my defense, he was an 86 overall prospect. You just can't miss on those. And we won a championship on our home court. Look at that, Boston Celtics hanging up another banner. I completely forgot Kobe White and Amen Thompson made their way to the teams. Jordan Walsh developed really well. And here is Adam Silver with the celebration.
Congratulations to the whole organization and, of course, this incredible team. This Larry O'Brien trophy and I believe this suitcase are yours.
Coach Budenholzer winning his second championship with the Celtics, 3rd overall. Jason Tatum's hand is going to go through the trophy like it doesn't even exist. And who's going to be the finals MVP? It's got to be JT, right? There's nobody else that it's going to be. Jason Tatum wins his 2nd NBA Finals MVP to tie his 2 regular season MVPs as the Celtics are the best team in the NBA. Once again, you love to see it if you're a Boston Celtics fan. You love to see it if you're an Airball Jones fan. And you love to see it with an NBA Finals MVP to close this out, going to Jason Tatum. That is going to do it for this one. Kind of a wild one. Johnny Anderson is a glitch. He's a 94 overall. What a beast. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.